Let's look at the hourly for the S&P 500. Let me get over to the S&P 500. Oh, by the way, since I'm here with you guys, I already shared this on the... Well, since this is June, I think it'll be fine. I think we're going to be June now, right? Let's see. Yeah, it's June. I already shared this on the Discord server, but for those that don't visit the Discord server very often, I'm up $390. You can ignore this. This is just past the 3 o'clock hour. They do some weird nonsense and say they're just the way they do their end of day stuff on a Friday is a little wacky. But there it is, up $390. I'm probably just going to close these two little contracts. If you don't know what these are not options. These are futures contracts. Okay, but I'm probably just going to close these, take the $390, be a happy camper. But I do think overall prices will continue to go down all the way through June. So I think it's, in my opinion, fairly safe to continue to short the S&P 500 on the average all the way out through June. Okay, let's look at the hourly. And let me switch back to the ES instead of the E micro, even though they're basically the same thing. Let me get the daily drawing chart up here. Looks like this is... Okay, I'm sorry, not daily, because I'm on the hourly. Duh, I'll get this right. Hourly. Here we go. Here we go. What's happening here on the hourly? Let me take a good look at this. I got Logic telling me. Look at the Logic nailed this. Both my own manual, as I drew these cycles, these yellow cycles manually, and the Logic also nailed it. Look at the dots nailing that cycle low. That is just amazing. Amazing. There are times it's not accurate, like right here in the middle of this cycle. All right. So what do I think? Let me look at this S&P 500 on the hourly. The hourly is a little bit harder to get the cycles on. So bear with me here for a moment. Let me increase my time frame, my time axis. We're going to put it way out there to like 100, so we can forecast this out into the future. 360, maybe even more, because I know a lot of you premium members, some of you take notes and say, hey, I want as much as I can get this week. Give me all the hourly stuff. So let's go do this. All right, there we go. So what do I think? Are these cycles good? Let me evaluate this. Interesting. This is very dramatic drop here. I'm gonna do this right in the video, guys. We're gonna do this together. Let's do this cycle analysis together. Okay, I got the cycle drawing. For those who don't know, don't want to do it on the TOS platform, you go to drawings, you grab drawing, you come all the way down, that little guy right there, okay, which I already chose him, so we're good to go. Hourly chart. Let's do it together. Let me look at some anchor points. Let's take a look at this. So this is clearly a low point, and this is interesting. You see how you got these several hours of low points, so you could pull from here or here. So some of you may be asking, well, how do you know which one? You got to try it. You just have to try it. So I see some low points. One here, there's one here, there's one there, there's one over here, there's one there, there's one right there. You see all those low points? That's what you're looking for. That one. Now, when you get to the far right of any chart, you don't know for certain whether it's a low point automatically, right? It could come even, in other words, price could continue to come down. Okay, and cycles can change. So let's pull from right here. This looks pretty obvious, and this looks pretty obvious. Let's pull one from right here. And you're looking at the bottom of the screen, those blue arcs that are developing as I go left or right, okay? So we pulled from right there. We're going to come to here. And what we want to do is, I've done this before for those that know, but you want to just hold your mouse there and don't click, okay? And I'm looking right now, just looking at this with my eye, trying to see, do the other, where the two arcs meet together, do they make sense? Are there cycle lows there? And not really. It's not very good. It's not too good. So we're going to go out to this one, which would make for a really big cycle, but that's okay. We don't try to fabricate cycles. We don't try to conjure up a cycle. We let the chart and the data tell us where the cycles are. Okay? We don't try to make something the way we want it because you're just going to get disappointed. Okay? This one, believe it or not, is actually pretty good. Pretty good. It's not perfect, but it's doggone close to perfect. Okay? This looks pretty good. So I'm going to tighten up this cycle just a little bit. And on a couple of these spots, it's off by a candlestick or two, but guess what? That's normally acceptable. So now what I'm going to do is, and I'll do it with the crayon here or the pencil, I'm going to visually go along, and this is a good habit for you beginners who are studying cycle analysis. You want to literally draw from the lowest point straight down. Where does it land? Okay, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. This one, it may be off like by an hour or two. Acceptable, not a problem. You just don't want it to be off by like anything more than 5 or 6 candlesticks. If you start getting that far off, no, you just need to give it up. The cycle's not working. But if it's 2 or 3 at the most, you're probably going to be okay. That one's pretty good, right? Within like a couple of candlesticks. I'm just freehanding this, right? So see how this is kind of a cluster of low candlesticks? It's okay if you kind of hit any one of these 3 over here with the cycle, you're good to go. You don't got to be, let's talk about this before, don't be too dogmatic when you see a cluster of low candlesticks that are all, their bottom of the candlesticks all pretty much the same. They're all like right in there together. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Just pick the best one that makes the rest of the cycles line up. And that one's pretty good too. So we've done this. And we can see that almost every one of these cycle lows is really almost spot on. And that's a really good sign. What this should do when you're doing your cycle analysis, this should give you high confidence. What am I talking about? What type of high confidence? Well, I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about. Let me get green and thicken up that line a little bit. So what am I talking about? What high confidence am I talking about? Well, once you get something like this that's as consistent as this, and the worst you got is like 1 or 2 candlesticks are off, we have what's called reliability, right? It's very reliable. The confidence I'm talking about is the next cycle. You have high confidence that this is going to land here, okay? And even further out to the next one, okay? That's the confidence I'm talking about. Okay, now I can get rid of all the little yellow lines because I have high confidence. So let's talk about it. So that's how you do it. That's your first step. So where does this one land? Everybody wants to know, where's the next one land? Okay, there it is, 3:14 at about 3 p.m. Texas time, guys. Make no mistake. I think it's Central Time or Central Standard Time. Okay, so just remember, I'm not going to give it to you in your time. Do your own due diligence, okay? Do your own homework. March 14th, 3 p.m. Texas time. For the S&P 500, that's an hourly low. Okay, let's look at the next one. March 16th, about 8 p.m., maybe 8:15, whatever. 8 p.m., okay? March 16th, 8 p.m. Okay, so pause the video, take your notes. Okay, next one after that. March 21st, midnight. March 21st, midnight. So right at the very first few minutes of March 21st. Okay, that's what that is. Okay, March 21st. All right. What is today's date? Is it the 19th? I'm sorry, 13th, my bad. 13th. So 7 days would be the 21st. The 20th. I guess the 19th is going to be Friday. All right. So let's do one more. More than enough for you guys. March 23rd, 5 a.m. Okay, those are your hourly lows. Okay. Pause video, go back, rewind. You get what you need. Take your notes, jot down a piece of paper, put them in your spreadsheet, whatever you do, put them on your phone. All you young people, I know you like your smartphone devices and your mobile devices, and you're all hip and all that stuff. All right. I'm still a desktop, laptop guy because I like the big screens and all that stuff, okay? All right. That, I think, is it, guys and gals, for premium members. I'm not going to look at gold. I already looked at gold in the public video. So if you want to go, you can go look at that in the public video. It's on the channel. It'll be available for everybody, but you can look at the other products. I just did gold and crude oil. Okay. So there it is, guys and gals. Hope you really enjoyed it. Listen, I'm going to continue to, when I get a chance, because my free time is very limited. For those who don't know, I'm writing software for the oil industry. I won't even get into specifically what part of the oil industry, because I really got to be very careful when we're talking about energy and oil. It's very discreet, and they don't like information being put out because it's a major product, right? So, yep, I'm on contract to do software development for some pretty big movers in the oil industry. And yeah, they pay me the big bucks, of course, but it's a lot of work. And to be honest with you, it's a little bit stressful, but that just kind of comes with the territory when you're writing software. The deadlines and the commitments and the project funding and staying on budget is crazy. Oh my gosh, the stress is crazy. Pray for me. For those of you that are Christians, pray for me. I'm serious. Pray for me. My name is Jerry. No, I won't give you my last name, but pray for me. I'm Jerry because I need all the prayer I can get. All right, keeping up with all this stuff. For those that aren't Christians, well, what are you waiting for? All right, guys. Guys and gals, have a great weekend. Talk to you all real soon again next time.